Shit crazy, man. If I tell you y'all the shit that I've been going through back to back to back to back, and listen, it mostly be with bras. This is something I learned. Somebody told me this, and it's true. It's like, man, they be attacking your ass like piranhas. Have you ever noticed that? Like they'll all try to gang up on your ass. Yeah, especially if they think you righteous. They don't like righteous guys. You ain't noticed that? They don't want, yeah. They don't like that because here's the thing that they don't like a dude with standards. They do, but they don't because they want to conquer that. See what I'm saying? Especially if you got a public name or image, they whole thing, they want to make you look bad in the public, man. In the end result, they want to make you look bad in the eyes of the public. That's what they love most. Ain't that messed up? That's the end game. Is to make you look bad in front of your peers, make you look bad in front of whoever it is that they thought that you was impressing. They want to discredit that. Now tell me, ain't that a rotten individual? Like your whole scheme plan is try to make me look bad in front of my peers. I thought Fred was supposed to be there and help. No, you supposed to help each other through good and bad. It looked like you was waiting for that shit. You was sitting there waiting patiently. Ain't that horrible? And guess what else horrible? Most people supposed to be Christians. And they be the most rottenest people around. You ain't noticed that? Why Christians be the most rotten? Tell me that. Make some comments down there in the comment section. Why Christians is supposed to uphold some type of moral compass? Why they be the most rottenest people? You ever notice? They be the most two-faced. They be the meanest. They be the most disrespectful. You ain't noticed? Think about it. I bet the meanest, most disrespectful person you know is probably a Christian. Let's bet. I bet the meanest person you know is a Christian. I bet the rudest, most disrespectful person you know is a Christian. How much you want to bet? Them the ones I know. The rottenest people I know is Christians. I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, we know people in the streets do low-life shit, but in the streets, that's expected. But when you supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard, yeah, when you supposed to hold yourself to a higher moral code, and you don't, and you just basically use that as a guise to get close to people, yeah, to me, that's slimy. You portraying people trust, pretending to be some type of savior, and they let their guards down, and you exploit them. I don't like that. So to me, that's worse than a petty thief and all the rest of them, because these are people who's supposed to uphold some type of morality. These are supposed to be pillars in the community. And I'm telling you, they not. They is when you see them in passing, they'll come off like they all stable and professional. No, they not. You go to their house, most of their houses is nasty or in shambles. It be chaos, their kids bad. You like, what the hell? You ever notice that? All that stuff you see on the outside is just a facade. They real life be messy. Yeah, and they like to carry that mess with them everywhere they go. They love mess, just like a hog. And they like to roll around in the slop, just like an old hog. No matter how you clean them up, they always go back to the slop, don't they? Because that's where they heart at, just like a hog. They love to roll in that slop, don't they? The older they get, the worse they get. Ain't no worse than an old hog out in the woods. An old hog. An old hog messy as hell. And they tear up everything. You ain't hear that? Yeah, hogs tear up everything. Them hogs, they just like the weeds. You know, weeds tear up everything. Weeds don't want to see no fruit, no vegetables, no flowers. Weeds don't want to see nothing productive grow. Weeds are so powerful. That's why I'm talking about like those hood rats and just chicks is just mean like that because they got the same heart. She ain't got to be a hood rat. If she got that same heart, they both coming from the same place. Jezebel. That's that narcissistic heart where she don't even care. It's just all about what she want, what she get. She only want to be heard. She don't want to listen to nobody. You know the type. Narcissism is the Jezebel spirit in the Bible. They just call it Jezebel in the Bible, but we call it narcissism. That's all it is. So I just laced y'all with some spiritual game. When you read about Jezebel in the Bible, you talk about narcissism. And narcissism is a modern day attitude that a lot of them got.